Let's take a look at one of the surprise gainers yesterday, Samir Africa, closing at 660 Kenya shillings. It was up 2.3%. We did have a bit of negative news flow coming out of that company early in the week, indicating that they've had to turn to Thailand to import their Bridgestone tyres after some supply issues from Japan following that recent earthquake and tsunami. Now, Bridgestone tyres account for a tenth of Samir Africa's sales volumes, but it appears that the market has shrugged off that news. There's strong appetite for that stock. What type of activity are you expecting to see around Samir?
Well, I think it's a bit of bargain hunting. The stock has been in an oversold position for a while now. And I think that investors are seeing that it has hit rock bottom and can't go any other way but up. And so I think that is rather speculative. Well, there is definitely cause for worry, seeing that they do source a lot of their tires from Japan. But they have had these problems for a while. We've had the Chinese imported tires and some from, I think, Turkey or something, some Arabic countries, which come in at a very, very low prices, and they have hit Samir Africa. But we have seen them also try to diversify their business lines with the Samir business park on Mombasa Road, and I think that is also another reason for investors to at least have a smile on their face.
Let's move over to the fuel shortage that has hit Kenya in recent days. Now, while we've got the fuel shortage on the one hand, we've also got rising fuel costs hitting increasing inflation in the country now. If we look at inflation standing at around 12.05% in April, just 5 months ago, it was sitting at 3.84%. Now, adding to those inflationary costs, transport costs jumping to 20.44% in April. Now, that's a huge jump from March's 15.89%. What is playing out on the fuel stocks, and how is this impacting demand for fuel stocks? We did see Kenol Cobalt decreasing by 2.6% yesterday.
Well, I think there is a bit of speculative behavior on that as well. Well, usually with the fuel companies, the fuel distributors, they just shift the cost to the consumer. But now we are seeing more government regulation as the public becomes more jittery and angry about this arbitrary raises in fuel costs. And I think that is really hitting hard on the bottom line for fuel companies, because they are having to buy the fuel at very high cost, and the government has decided that they have to sell it at least at some sort of discount, because at the end of the day, the economy cannot run without fuel. So I think investors are feeling that maybe the fuel companies may be hit by these factors.
And government has also cut fuel taxes in an effort to limit the increases in fuel prices. So that's one intervention from the government side. Just looking at banking stocks now, KCB reported last week. It indicated that it expects to sustain first quarter growth into its full year as it expands into the region. It also expanding its agency banking. Equity Bank also reporting a strong earnings result, an 87% increase in first quarter profits. We've still got Standard Chartered and Barclays to report for the first quarter. What type of results do you expect to see coming through from them?
Well, I think they will have slowed down to some extent. The two banks, okay, we have seen Barclays become more aggressive in their marketing campaigns, but that is only in the recent past, and I don't think that will show on their bottom line at the moment. I also think that them being conservative and having come from a period of very high growth last year for banking stocks and the bottom line of banks, I think that we could see them make slightly less than the other top tier banks. I think the main banks at the moment, the best performers will be those that are more risk-taking banks, more out there, and so we would be seeing Cooperative and Kenya Commercial and Equity leading the way.
Looking at the four banking stocks then of the KCB, Equity Bank, Barclays and Standard Chartered, what is your preference of these top banks?
Well, I think KCB has the highest potential for growth. KCB and Cooperative Bank, they have the highest potential for growth. I think equity has already been priced by the market fairly, and so we can't expect so much upward movement on that stock, but we can expect them to the price to maintain at that level, but not gain substantially. So I think for those investors who are looking for substantial capital gains, they should be looking at Cooperative Bank and Kenya Commercial Bank.
Let's move on to Kenya Airways very quickly. A lot of activity around that stock in the last few days. Some positive appetite, increased 2.7%, sitting at 38.25. It expects to report full year earnings in the next coming weeks. It did have some positive passenger numbers increasing in the fourth quarter by 13%. Is this a stock that you're buying into at this 38.25 level?
Well, they've always, Kenya Airways has always had a bit of mixed sentiment, and I think that seeing that now Europe has started, growing, and the Asia actually beat Asia for once, I think that is a good sign, and with the new routes, Kenya Airways is definitely set for better times. But still, the sentiment has not been very positive, and investors tend to be a bit worried about that stock. And being a very cyclical stock, I think now that we are having so many issues politically, inflationary, investors will probably be waiting to see which direction it takes.